Live. All right, I guess we're live. There we
Oh,
go.
Jesus, it's fucking loud.
Yo, wait a minute. Let me get my special hat on real quick. So this is episode 283 of Backpacking America, and we're trying something a little different. We're gonna do something. Call it the Monday evening mashup, Monday night mashup here on BPA. And right now I'm joined by my boy Steve, and
What it do? What it do?
what it do? I got some weird crash report. Let me just quit Firefox because I don't know what the hell that is. Get out of there. Anyway, we're still streaming, and we got a lot of topics. So you suggested something that was pretty cool. That you said that like internet piracy is making a comeback, huh?
Yeah, so apparently the internet piracy is coming back because Ubisoft recently killed a game, or somewhat recently killed a game called The Crew.
Okay.
I believe it was a racing game, but you needed online service to actually run the game. It's like online only, kind of like say Destiny or something. You really can't play it offline.
Okay.
And so because of that, even if you own the game, you can't play the game anymore once they shut down servers. Actually, I just looked it up. They're shutting down the servers on March 31st this year, which means it'll be totally unplayable. And now, granted it was 10 years ago, but people bought this game for, $50 when it came out, brand new, and now they can no longer play it. And people are pretty pissed about it, which is why it excuse me, it led to Ubisoft saying, you need to get used to not owning your games that you buy if you buy them digitally and stuff, or just in general.
See, that's what everyone was saying. That's what we were saying when we were kids when this shit came out digitally. It's like, oh well, now I don't actually own the game. Now the company owns the game.
Yeah, and we were all initially like, okay, I mean, like, for certain things it's fine, like a little $5 game, like an old game or something. That's like, okay, whatever. But I'm a big fan of like
$50.
PlayStation games and stuff. Like I spent $70 on the new God of War game.
Hmm.
I still want to replay that.
Yeah,
I would be
that's not.
real upset if they say, if Sony comes up and is like, hey, by the way, we lost the music licensing for this, so you can't play it anymore. Kind of like what happened to the Scott Pilgrim game
Is that
about
actually what
10
happened?
years ago. Yeah, it was a Scott Pilgrim game, and basically there was a license issue with like I believe it was the music. I could be wrong, but
Hmm.
yeah, they couldn't sell the game or distribute the game in any way, shape, or form.
See, that's really fucked up, and that's one of the reasons. Like, I'm actually afraid of like electric cars being a thing or like high tech cars existing still, because like imagine you miss a payment and then like your car just isn't allowed to start. You
Yeah,
know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
it can definitely go to a slope. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be like that crazy, although I'm sure there will be some scummy insurance companies or like loan companies that would do that.
Oh,
But I
100%.
mean, like it's I don't think it would happen like en masse, because I mean, even now with like repossessions, if you miss one payment, they're not going to repossess your car most of the time.
But that's true. But look at these. Look at Ubisoft now. Now, are they going after? Are they going after these guys that are pirating the game, or are they just kind of saying like, ah, fuck, we're mad about it, but we can't do anything about it?
Not real. It's like an unenforceable law, kind of. It's
I
kind of
see.
like yeah, it's technically against the law to pirate. And I'm not advocating for piracy,
Oh no, never.
but
Only in Minecraft.
yo ho ho. Um, but like again, I'm not advocating for piracy, but it seems to be the only way to do it, especially if like now discs are going out of fashion. Like the PS5 that I have, I got the digital one. I don't have one with the disc drive at the moment.
Okay.
So it's yeah. Well, I mean, it was $100 cheaper. So
I remember there being a bunch of games coming out where it was like that, where um, people were pirating games just because like they were very old or like services were being discontinued. But this is, I feel like there's another Ubisoft game where something similar happened and they were really pissed about it, like they were butthurt about it.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not exactly familiar as to what that game is, but I would not be surprised
Hmm.
because Ubisoft, let's be honest, is just EA Junior.
Yeah, yeah, it really is. I forgot they even existed, to be honest with you. Yo, Charlie, are you there? Did you pull up?
I'm here.
There he is. What do you think about
Hold
all
up.
this?
I kind of came in late, but what are you talking about? Which game? Ubisoft?
Yeah, what
So
game?
Ubisoft put out a game about 10 years ago. It was called The Crew.
Oh, I know it. Yep.
And have you heard the drama about it recently?
Nah, I have not.
So basically, it's like, big racing game and everything. People still play it and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But it's an online only game, and they're going to be shutting down the servers on March 31st of this year.
So
And
people
now,
who own the game basically are losing the game?
yes, people are losing the game even though they paid for it and everything.
Yeah.
And now the general idea now is becoming, like Ubisoft saying, don't get used to owning the games that you download. And the counter to that is basically, well, if paying isn't ownership, then piracy isn't theft.
Yeah. I mean, I get the logic.
Now, my big question here is so this game is primarily a multiplayer game. So, like, what do they get by pirating it? Like, the servers are going to be shut down, so how are they still playing it?
I guess they mean
Well,
in the
it's not.
future.
It's like, no, well, that's not really like, you're not talking about necessarily pirating this game, but it's
The
they're
next one.
saying like the main thing is like, well, why haven't you just made it offline in the past couple years, But the
Yeah.
thing is to play the solo campaign.
Yeah.
Like there is like a solo thing. You can't play that either. You need to be online for it.
Oh, that's really fucked up. So you're basically screwed if they shut down the server and you don't own the game anymore, pretty much.
Kinda, yeah.
I think people need to like start voting with their wallet and because here's the
Yep.
thing, like you're basically renting the game at that point. Like everyone knows that servers for games are not going to extend beyond 10 years. So, you're kind of like, if you're buying a game like that, unless you're willing to make your own like local server and then host the game, like you're going to pirate it and take all like the resource packs and then host a LAN server or something, or like a regional server, then I guess it could work that way. But like, it's like if you bought Destiny 2 or Destiny and then the server shut down tomorrow, it's like you're not you're done. Like there goes $70 to $100, bro. Like you're basically rented the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
and
why
it's
even
kind
bother?
of and it's fucked up, especially since like, I mean, it's more so with like, of course, like multiplayer games that this is an issue.
Yeah.
And just general online games, but I mean, if they can do it with this with the servers, which I mean, it happens anyway. The games die after a while, but the fact that you can't play the game at all is a problem.
Yeah, that's not good. They need to make at least like some type of a single player component or a co-op component where it's still playable beyond the server shutdown.
Yeah, definitely, because it's like, this is it was wildly popular, very popular.
Now, but here's the thing, like you really don't think that cars, like as they become more automated and self-driving and shit, like you don't think that the repo man's just gonna be like, heh, disable, and then like you can't drive it until you make a payment?
I believe it.
Right?
Well, the thing is like, again, I feel like if you miss one payment, like, the dealership or the loan company is not going to immediately repossess your car,
No,
it's after like 2 or 3 payments,
But still, I mean, it's like at least when the repo man comes with the tow truck, you have some time. You have like the ability to escape. You know what I mean? Like there's just no escaping it at that point.
It's
Like
dystopian.
yeah, like there's to me
It's like red light cameras.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Give me a cop.
yeah, like at least with a cop, the guy could be like, all right, like I'll let you go. Like there's at least hope that like
Humanity.
yeah, there's no humanity to it. Like you can't fight a robot. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, the will of the state has been completely imposed upon me. Like that's it,
But that's the thing, and it's kind of like you gotta like step lightly with like AI and everything, because like, yeah, it's great for certain things, like, like I love like the AI assisted search engines and shit, like I'll take that.
Mm.
Or like something like in game, like in a video game, or like helping me with my work or something, helping, not taking over.
I love AI porn. That shit's fire. That shit's fire, bro.
You know what? I out of all the things I expected you to say, surprisingly, that was on my list.
Are you serious? Yeah.
Isn't that like a problem for the future?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a problem in the future. Like, it's actually going to be. There's actually already been deep fakes of like Joe Biden talking about like trans people negatively. Joe Biden.
Oh yeah, that was
naked.
a thing in New Hampshire. I just read that actually. An AI deep fake of Biden was calling people in New Hampshire, robocall,
Mm-hmm.
Really?
trying to
Not being
basically
an ally?
shit on him.
So
Yeah.
Biden was being an anti-ally in a sense.
Yeah, he's being the antithesis of an ally.
Extremely anti-ally. Except apparently, whoever set that up could be facing some sort of charges because that is exceptionally
illegal?
illegal.
Oh, it's 100% illegal.
Well, especially impersonating like the president.
I mean, I don't know if there's like, is there even a charge for that?
I would imagine it would be like impersonation of a political figure or something, or public
There's
figure.
got to be something,
It
right?
would be like defamation.
Or defamation because they're pretending to be
That's
Joe
civil,
Biden robocall.
They would just have to sue them.
Libel.
Yeah, it would be like a libel case. I don't. Would it be a civil case though? Because well, would it be interfering with an election? No, they wouldn't be interfering. Well,
It could be in a way. It depends on how you view it on that one.
because you're using like a federal. I wish we had a fucking resident lawyer so we could just be like, get on the call and then
Like, Jamie, find this law out.
find this law out. Yeah, I need a personal Jamie. You know what I'm
Hey
gonna
Jamie,
do?
how about you pull that up real quick?
Instead of a Jamie, I'm just gonna like I'm just gonna imprison like a Korean child and then just like have them be like researching for me. And they're gonna be, like, allegedly, yeah, in Minecraft under my bed. Like just be like, hey, hey, you, Google this shit. No, that's so fucked up.
Right.
Well, you know what? Well, now that's scary because if people, if it's that good to where they can call you up and pretend to be Biden and you might even believe it.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
It's like, okay, so what the fuck else has been going on that we don't know about?
Well,
AI-wise.
You know what I hate too?
Is Biden a hologram? Is Trump a fucking hologram?
That's been a thing too.
Could
People
be.
have been saying like there's been footage put out there like that that's like obviously real and they're like, oh, that's AI, that has to be. And it's like, because I remember when Photoshop first came out, people were like, oh, that has to be Photoshopped. And it's like, no, it's not Photoshop. Like, it's a real picture. But that's also a concern. There's been people already falling for like, because what people got to realize too, when you look at an AI image, you have to look at like the glossiness of the image and you have to look at the hands and the feet. Because AI, if
They suck at that.
Yeah, they don't understand like the delicacies of like hands. So
Yeah, hands, the lighting, if it looks too glossy or not. If it's something really out of left field too. I mean, there was some shit about like Gal Gadot going around on Facebook, which is like, she wouldn't be taking that kind of picture.
yeah,
So it's
and
like
you got to be careful with it.
Yeah, like right here, I just looked up the whole Biden thing. Last June, Ron DeSantis' campaign
Oh yeah.
was using images of Donald Trump hugging Dr. Anthony Fauci in a campaign video that experts said were almost certainly realistic deepfakes generated by AI.
No
Wait, so they weren't real,
way.
those pictures?
No, they weren't real. They were AI.
That's crazy because it's not that far fetched. Like you could see like a circumstance where that would have happened.
Yeah, but it's absolutely nuts. Where it's like
Wow.
That's like when the deepfakes started coming out. Remember those videos of Nancy Pelosi like slurring her words and everything and talking all slow and shit?
Yeah, I remember that.
And those were all deepfakes.
That's fucking
Granted, I don't
crazy.
think she should be in office, being she's 80 something.
I don't even remember those videos.
Oh yeah, no, she sounded drunk, like talking to the press. As Speaker
Wait,
of the House.
that wasn't real?
No, those were deepfakes, dude.
No fucking shit.
That's what I'm
Oh,
saying. This shit is
man.
actually kind of terrifying.
I used to talk about that too, like on my show.
Like even Chef Alberto, in his whole conspiracy theory ridden
Oh,
thing,
that guy. Yeah, I remember him.
I think me and him are on the same page with AI because he doesn't believe Biden is the president right now. He believes Trump is still the president and calling the shots.
Really?
But I was telling him, I was like, my thought is like, Biden right now, he's at the very least perceived to be in power. What if somebody created a fucking AI of him and essentially declared war on like Russia or China and launched a bunch of fucking nukes or some shit, or
That could
called the
be
people in charge of the nukes and told them to fucking launch them.
that could be less than ideal.
Extremely less than ideal. I don't want a AI cause nuclear war. Okay, I don't want real Terminator.
That would be crazy.
That's
I
bad.
mean, well, the thing is, if there was actually like a nuclear war, like the White House would have to command the like it would have to come from the White House itself. It wouldn't just be on like TV.
The order, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying that like if they, I don't know, like I don't know, just as an example, like Anonymous or something.
Okay.
If they like hack into the like whatever the White House or like the nuclear launch or whatever a
Got the
system's
codes.
given, they got the code somehow. Just like on the off chance a hacker gets it, some crazy guy,
Yeah.
and then they make a deep fake of Biden being like, "Hey Jack, we need you to launch those missiles over at China over there."
Oh my God! Imagine they got the launch codes too. That would be bad.
Honestly,
I mean, like the chance is very, very low, but it's never zero.
No.
the way I see it happening is like another world leader would see our leader saying some stuff.
Oh yeah, and then
Prepare for attack, and they'd
That
have
ain't
to
right.
interpret that.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Wasn't a Cuban Missile Crisis type of event.
Yeah, like at that point, I feel like Trudeau or somebody or Macron would jump in and be like, "America, no!"
America, no, and then there'd be like,
I mean,
NORAD would be
we-
going crazy.
we'd likely, come out all right, but that's still sketchy.
So
It's
what do
still
you,
not. It's like you don't want the chance of a nuke being thrown back in your face.
so what do you,
If one goes, they all go.
what do you guys think? Do you guys think that if Biden wins like a second term, that we're gonna be in the middle of a third world war? Or do you think he's gonna start one before he leaves office?
All I'm
likely.
saying, I don't know. All I'm saying is Obama Part 2.
Obama part two. You want Obama to run again?
No, I'm saying this is all like his presidency is just Obama Part 2.
Yeah, it really
Drone
is.
strikes in the Middle East, tension with Russia, Ukrainian invasion, tension with China.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was a part of Obama's presidency.
Yemen going ham. Yeah, this is.
Oh my God, yeah, it is Obama part two. High gas prices, fucking weird woke shit going on that's not going anywhere. Fuck. He
Don't
is
get me wrong.
running.
I was cool with.
Mhm.
Don't get me wrong. I was cool with Obama, but this is Part 2, and I was hoping to move on.
Yeah, that would have been cool. I wish we had Obama phone though. No Obama phone, bro. What the fuck?
I don't know. Could get ugly.
Yeah, I think it's.
I don't know if he. I don't think he wins re-election at this point, but we'll see.
Yeah, you were looking.
Well,
You sent me the polling, and it said New York was only +9 for Biden when last time was what, like +25.
I think Biden won New York by like 30
No
in
shit.
2020.
And now he's only projected to win it by 9.
I mean, obviously he'll do better than that. That's just a poll, but
I don't know. I think
Yeah,
it still speaks to a larger thing.
I think that Biden is definitely not going to do as well because look at what Lee Zeldin was like 48% of the state during the gubernatorial elections.
He did very good, yeah.
Very good for a
For a
state
Republican?
where well, Republicans are seen as the sacrificial lambs, when they go up against the Democratic incumbent in New York. So for him to almost topple the balance of power, and for Hochul to get so mad she made a bunch of reprisal policies against Long Island and upstate, I mean, I don't know, man. I think Biden may he's not going to lose New York, but he's going to be very close to losing it.
I wouldn't say all that. I mean, I think that Republicans are going to outperform in New York for sure.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, they're definitely going to perform better than they have in the past, but I think it's still comfortably a
lose.
Biden state.
Comfortably.
Now, Swazbag, he's running for George Santos' seat that's been given up. So,
Yep.
when is Swazbag's election?
It's a special
Believe it's in
election. I don't know
March?
when.
Let me look it up. Hold on, I'll be Jamie this
You'll be
time.
Jamie this time. Steve, hit me with it.
March 3rd or something?
Swazi.
Swazi. That's a little like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
Swastika?
Swami.
Oh, Swami. Vivek Ramaswamy was such a fucking dope, bro. He was just a fucking moron.
Yep.
He was really
He gone now.
gone now. Thank God. So we have so far Vivek Ramaswamy out endorsing Trump. DeSantis out and endorsing Trump, which I did not think he would endorse Trump. And then we just have Dick Cheney in high heels and Trump left in the Republican primary. So I don't know why.
At least I don't think Nikki Haley would make somebody she shot in the face apologize to her, though.
No, she
I
would,
don't
she
know.
would finish the job. Like,
She just killed them.
she looks like a psychopath.
Well, there's a reason she looks that way.
God, I hate Newsday.com.
Oh, you got paywalled? Do /archive.
Third congressional.
That should be like on
District.
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia, it should be, right?
No, I don't want the primary. Okay, special election. Here it is. It is on Wikipedia.
No shit, really?
Let me see when it is. So this hasn't helped me in the slightest.
What happened to Menendez?
He is still in office for some reason.
How come like Democrats stand by their people, but Republicans just throw them to the curb?
That's
You know what? It bothers me too. Everybody wants that guy out because he was taking like bribes or something, right?
Allegedly, yeah.
Yeah, or supposedly. Oh, it's being held on February 13th.
Oh my god, that's so close. Right before Valentine's Day, too.
And my 2 cents on this particular election
Yeah, what's that?
is if I was there and I had voted Republican last time and got George fucking Santos, you had better believe I'm not voting Republican again.
Yeah, that's what sucked about
this
it.
election.
That's what sucked because the Republicans don't really win that district like at all, and that was their first Republican in a long time was just George.
And then look what they
Santos.
got.
Well, they redrew the district too.
They did.
They did?
It's
But yeah, but
totally like +5 Democrat or something.
Oh, that's fucked up. They did.
It
that
goes from like South Hempstead all the way up to Oyster Bay, all the way down well past Port Washington.
Oh my god, yeah, that's the problem with our districts too. Is they're very heavily biased. They're biased.
Yeah. It goes down up to like basically like the Frog's Neck.
Yeah, it's all gerrymandered.
Yeah, it's very gerrymandered. And they say Alabama has bad districts. Holy shit. Look at us.
I believe it. I mean,
Now Alabama's worse though because they got the history of open history of racism.
I like how you said open history. Yeah, we have a very closed history of racism here in Long Island. Everyone seems to
behind it.
Yeah, everyone
The
seems
way
to forget Camp Siegfried for some reason.
the way I've had it described to me by older folks who were around that time. And now I want to make it abundantly clear this is not my perception of thinking. It is how it has been described to me after, asking, say, 10 older folks who were around during, times of segregation and widespread racism across the country, which I do not condone nor endorse in any sort of way. A lot of the older folks had said people, quote unquote, knew their place.
What, in Long Island?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is still one of the most heavily segregated places in the country, mostly because of redlining. So, like, basically banks wouldn't give out housing loans to people that lived in a certain zip code, and most of those zip codes were predominantly black. So that's why you see, like, a lot of, like Wyandanch, Central Islip, Brentwood, what are some other black communities on Long Island? Hempstead. You'll see a lot of people, Port Jefferson Station. You'll see black people mostly congregated there as opposed to other communities because of that practice of redlining. And that only recently got turned down, I believe in the 70s or the 80s. So, like, you're not really going to see, like, you'll see more black people, like, cycling through to, like, other places, but, like, it's very rare that, like, you'll see a lot of diversity on Long Island just because of that. Like, I've had, outside of Bellport, man, like, Bellport's an example of redlining. That's why, like, the town of Brookhaven was sold North Bellport by Bellport Village in, like, the 70s or the 80s. Because they said, oh, the north side of Bellport's bringing our property value down, so we're going to sell it to the town of Brookhaven. And they also were redlined. But Bellport, where we went to school, was a very diverse place. And when I went to college, I was friends with all different types of people, and it was fine. But now that I'm back in Long Island again, I feel like my friend group isn't as diverse anymore, mostly because we're not going to school anymore. It's just kind of like, where do I hang? I live in a predominantly like white area. I hang out in predominantly white areas or some mixed areas, but it's just kind of like it's harder to meet people of different like cultures and shit here just because of that practice.
I don't know. I never struggled.
No?
Yeah, me neither. Personally, I don't see it as like a huge issue. But then
No,
again, I
I
work in
mean,
the restaurant industry where there's like it's very diverse to begin with.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
like, I work. Yeah, that's true. I mean, Charlie, what were you going to say?
No, I mean, I bump into everybody and I hang out with everybody. It's never really an issue.
No,
Yeah, I mean, I'm generally cool with
Maybe
everybody,
just
just kind of vibe.
my line of work, maybe. I don't know.
that's true. I mean, you guys are more public facing. Like, my field, like, because I work in the media, I've always either been, like, hidden in a box or, like, now I'm half the time I just work from home. But I'm talking about like friends and shit. You know what I mean? Like people I hang
Yeah.
out with on a day-to-day basis. It's like I don't really like see a lot of unless I go to the gym. Then it's like I have gym friends that are like of all different cultures and races and stuff. But like outside of that, it's just like I'm just saying like outside of school, like a school. It's just harder to
Mhm.
like see people like that every day. You have to really go out and look for it, or your job has to like put you in the public. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why it's like I don't know. I'm against redlining because it's like, who the fuck cares who you live next to? You know what I mean? Or like just don't be a dick. Like I mean,
Yeah.
like I feel like that's just like the universal thing is just don't be an asshole.
Well, that's like a dead
Well,
issue now.
What do you mean?
Like nobody is saying that you can't move somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's gonna take time to like sort out because like
just the housing crisis on Long Island.
oh my god, yeah, it's horrible. And even apartments. I mean, well, this is something that pisses me off too. Is that like, a lot of new construction by 2026, all new construction in New York has to only have electric heat and shit like that. It can't have gas heat or oil heat or any of that. So gas lines are like $3,500 a line to run. So
Mhm.
now it's gonna get factored into all new construction. Like there's a complex that just opened up in fucking Farmingville that's starting at $3,500 a month.
Oh, yep, I was just about to pull that up. The Arboretum.
Yep. I mean,
The
It's a
starting.
cheapest one
state
they
law.
have. The cheapest one is $3,500. Granted, it's two bed, two bath, and about 1,500 square feet, so it's a decent amount of space, but it's still a lot for that much.
And that's because it's all electric. Everything's all electric. And then you also have like the high mortgage and then the taxes and all that shit. So it's
It's
just
just a state law.
yeah.
No longer could use oil.
You can't use it in all new construction. So basically all of the houses are all new houses, all new apartment buildings are going to be mandated to have electric lines. Can you guys hear the talking in the background by the way? Not to be off the topic, but
No.
Nah, I don't.
all right, cool. But yeah, that's basically like my
That's retarded.
yeah, it's fucking
Okay,
stupid.
so no. So what it is um heating oil and natural gas are current will be banned in all new buildings under 7 stories.
That's
So
fucking
And it's
homes.
only in New York City, I believe.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that's a bit
no, that's new.
crazy.
It's New York. It's statewide. I wrote a piece on that. I wrote an article about that. That's statewide.
Okay,
That's
now what I'm seeing here is just New York City.
no. You
Maybe
gotta
the
go. What
townships got on board.
what website are you on?
Yeah, this is Oil and Energy Online. Let
You
me see
gotta go
Washington
to
Post.
go to type
I'm
type
not fucking
type in what
paying.
I was talking about and then just say New York State website and it should be on like there's a report that was put out. Let me see if I could find it online. Um
Yeah, share a screen it or something.
gas stove woes. I wrote when I was working at one of the local papers around here. Um I
There
wrote
you go.
something about
Okay,
this.
bill prohibiting grade fuel oil in New York buildings. Grade 4 fuel oil is.
Where is this thing? Oh wait, is this it? No, no.
I mean, who's gonna
Yeah, here
follow
it is.
such a rule?
You'll be surprised. You will be surprised. So,
Oh,
okay,
okay.
here it is.
So,
So this
so
is
the
what I.
oil that
What'd you say, Steve?
the oil that they're oh, excuse me. If I'm not mistaken, I could be very wrong. I know nothing of this.
I have my article pulled up too.
But I was going to talk about the type of oil that they're specifically the type of oil they're banning.
Okay. What oil is that?
It's grade 4 fuel oil,
Okay.
and I could be wrong on this. 'Cause like I said, I have no proper training or knowledge of this. But from what I look at, grade 4 has a higher burning percentage, a higher burning temperature,
Hmm.
which essentially it will produce more carbon dioxide than average like heating oil,
Like home heating oil?
like standard heating oil. Yeah, it's not the standard. It's used for more like upper larger buildings and setups,
Industrial?
generally speaking. Yeah, like industrial type things. It's not necessarily for homes.
Huh. I
So,
mean,
like, yeah, well, they might be banning this particular type of oil. That might be, generally speaking, a good thing. But I digress.
so basically, what happened was this legislation was passed by it was passed 123 to 27 after the budget. So this was the finance committee of I believe this was New York State Senate. So in fiscal year 24, the budget passed 123 to 27, and it was put under the combating climate change and investing in energy affordability portion of this. So that's according to the 2016. Okay, this is like a whole thing I wrote. Yeah, so basically this was passed to ban all new construction in 2026, and it said that the state's focused on combating climate change and investing in energy affordability by implementing first in the nation zero emission requirements for new building construction and expanding the New York Power Authority's ability to support New York's climate goals. So,
Okay, so maybe they are banning all
well, yeah,
oil and
because I
new.
talked to this guy, right? So, this was an article I wrote. So Dave Laurel is the health and safety officer for Paraco Gas, and I know he's involved with like the gas company and shit, but like hear him out. So when I asked him about the state budget, he said the study is skewed because there's a multitude of reasons of why indoor air quality could be polluted. He said it's a weak study, and he also said it's not sure what the economic impact would be on the consumer. Um,
Mm.
he said he doesn't know if there's going to be an inverse reaction to the price of goods, um, or the impact on the propane marketer. But he did say electric is ineffective for heating when compared to natural gas, and people like to control how much gas they expend when they're cooking. You don't have that freedom with electric appliances, which is true. I used to use gas stoves. I also quoted a study from How is Economic Opportunity Threatened in Your Neighborhood, but in 2016. And 58% of New Yorkers don't have enough money for essentials for emergency spending. So my argument was that since electric is more expensive, how's that going to like affect people that now are going to be either forced to switch over in the future or have to move into a new home or apartment complex that only has electric. So and then also like I did a comparison, right, of like gas stoves versus electric stoves, and the cheapest electric stove started $500 while the cheapest gas stove started $350. So that's
Mhm.
also a concern. And then what did you send me, Steve? Why is this just a dude? Oh, he looks like the Cheeto. Very funny to distract me. So, this dude sent me a picture of a dude that looks like Chester Cheeto.
Scotty
Um,
Pippen, bro.
Scotty Pippen.
Lay some respect on his name.
I didn't even know who that was. But, I also talked to State Assemblyman Ed Flood, and he said that his electric bill is too high, and it regularly exceeds his gas bill. And that's very true because when I was living upstate, I lived in like sub-zero temperatures, and still my gas bill was lower than my electric bill. Actually, no, that's false because I barely used electric, so it was a little higher, but not by much. And let's see, he expressed concerns. So the assemblyman also expressed concerns with the construction process. He said the plan is going to create massive problems for people already in construction, changing plans, zoning, etc. And then I reached out to Phil Ramos, the Democrat representative, where he's for the Democrat for Brentwood, the assemblyman, and he was unavailable for comment. And there's a lot of unknowns, but basically, like PSEG's rates for residential buildings for super off-peak is 67 kilowatts per hour, off-peak is 10 cents per kilowatt hour, and peak is 17 cents per kilowatt hour. So a lot of that's going to just add up to like the average person. So, and the thing is too, like when it comes to pollution, like I hear what you're saying, but like it's not that bad, like compared to what other shit people. I mean, people are literally, smoking like Chinese made fluid every day from a battery device. And like, you know what I mean? And we're eating like food dye and chemicals that they give cows when they have diarrhea. I mean, like
microplastics.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't give a fuck if I get some soot in my house. I'd rather get some soot in my house and save $200 a month, and then then instead of having to pay like $3,500 to live in fucking Farmingville. I mean, that's a death sentence right there. I mean, like, Farmingville.
Yeah, while John Kerry flies around on his nice airplane.
Yeah, I've been seeing stuff that like super jets like that cost way more than like my car. You know what I mean? Like one super jet costs more than like 50 cars every day.
Did you guys hear about the heckler though?
No.
Apparently somebody said to John Kerry, I didn't even see the clip to be honest with you, but apparently somebody said to John Kerry, like during an interview or whatever, he said something along the lines of like, well, dude, you basically have a private jet and you're sitting here like grilling us like regular folk.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, here
so
it is. This is
annoying.
Play it.
I'm pretty sure this is it. I believe it's an older. No, okay, no, this isn't it.
If you can find it, play it.
No, I can't play it because I have the computer speaker and I'm on the phone right now.
Oh, that's
because if I go on the computer, I sound far away.
Oh, that sucks. I mean, can you switch it on just for like the clip and then switch back to your phone?
I don't think so because my headphones are Bluetooth and they're not connected to the computer right now.
Oh, that's balls. All right, wait, Charlie, can you pull it up?
Yeah. Well, what's the John Kerry clip?
Yeah,
if you could find it,
because that would be great to hear. I mean, bro, that's what pisses me off is like, for example, like Jill and Joe Biden were trying to get gas stoves banned nationally, and then someone went back and got an image of her and tweeted at the president, said, "Yo, isn't this your wife?" And then it was literally like Jill Biden cooking on an open flame gas stove. Like,
the thing is that they weren't banning gas stoves all over. What they were doing is that people weren't doing the proper maintenance on the ranges and everything, like for the exhaust, and like gas was like free floating around the house.
Yeah, but
you have the clip?
You got the clip?
I know I have my phone. I can play it through, but
yeah,
I don't have the clip.
Play it through the microphone. Fuck it.
Who's got the clip though?
I don't have the clip.
Oh, here we go.
Nobody's got the clip. That clip was from like 3 years ago that I found. And it was just him being like, you're promising false solutions. It wasn't heckling him about a jet or anything.
This is old.
Play it anyway. Fuck it.
Oh, wait, no, that's Colin New York.
Oh, my God. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, man.
Whatever, I was.
Fuck it. Have you guys see the whole bullshit with Taylor Swift and whatever football man?
Oh, Travis Kelce?
Yeah, that nonsense.
Bro, she has done more for the NFL's viewership than, like, I think even John Madden. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, she got women into football because of that.
Did you guys ever hear the conspiracy theory that she's a fucking CIA plant?
No. Can you
No,
explain
no,
that
no.
theory? That's interesting.
So basically, because from what I understand, she herself uh, votes a little more liberal,
Okay.
more Democrat. So she was at the concert. She was like, make sure you register to vote, get out and vote. Wasn't necessarily endorsing like Biden or anybody.
Hmm.
Just like telling people to vote, which is generally a good thing. If somebody's like promoting, registering to vote, that's good in my eyes.
Hmm.
But like 30,000 registered Democrats showed up like the next day, and it was all the people she was telling to register to vote and everything. And now some of the more extreme people are like, "Oh, she's a CIA plant to try and get more people to sign up to vote and vote for Joe Biden."
Well, what to show up to vote where? Like in the presidential election, or was this like recent for Iowa?
Oh no, for just like generally voting.
Oh, well, where did the 30,000 Democrats come from?
Oh, everybody went out and registered,
But like from that,
and they were
like,
generally from those concerts and everything. Because like I guess
oh,
like during the thing she had a spiel and she was like, make sure you register, go out and vote and everything. And then they went up by like 30,000 Democrats. People were like, what? And some people were like, oh, well, that's funny. She goes out and tells people to vote, and then more people sign up to vote.
huh?
Hmm. Oh,
CIA.
must
Yeah,
be a Pentagon plant.
must be a Pentagon plan. I mean, I wouldn't deny it. I mean, I could see it. Like maybe she gets paid by maybe not CIA, but maybe paid or promoted to just encourage people to get out the vote.
I mean, I think generally, like I said, I feel like if anybody's kind of like just saying like go out there and vote, it's generally a good thing. It gets more people involved. And right
Yeah.
now, Taylor Swift is like the hot topic. So I mean, if she says it, people are going to do what she says.
Well, but here's the funny thing too, and this is what I think the Republicans need to do. It's like when you hear someone like canvassing to get people to sign up to vote, it's usually Democrats.
Generally, yeah.
It's usually Democrats, and they need it. The Republicans need to change that perception quickly. Like they should be matching their energy with that because even though they're not explicitly telling you who to vote for, they're wearing pins.
We know.
We know.
It's like, yeah, I mean, I want you to vote for like Biden, but I mean, if you just want to register to vote, you register Republican. Who am I to stop you?
Yeah, it would be so funny. Yo, we should like all go to one of those things to like register to vote and just be like, oh yeah, I really want to vote for Trump.
It'd be kind of pointless because I mean, I'm already registered. So
No, I am too, but just like to bust their balls and then just like fill out the form and then we just throw it away because we're gonna take the form. They're not gonna go take it for us. So, like that's kind of like what the part of the get out the vote thing is that like they don't really most of them don't take it for you. They just give you the form to fill out. So like we could just talk up like a big game and then just be like, yeah, we're gonna vote for Trump. I hate these liberal policies. Like it would just be kind of funny to mess with them.
oh, so I looked up the Republican challenger to Swazi.
Okay.
Swazi.
Oh yeah.
I
Who
mean,
is it?
Mazib Melissa Phillip.
Who?
So she's a relatively unknown. She hasn't really had like much of a political career,
Okay.
Yeah.
but so she is an Ethiopian Jew, immigrated to Israel when she was 12, served in the IDF's paratrooper brigade,
Based.
studied at the University of Haifa, where she earned a bachelor's degree in occupational therapy, and studied at Tel Aviv University, where she earned a master's degree in diplomacy and security.
Wow.
Wow.
That sounds like CIA.
Yeah, right. Her general positions, she's like brand new, pretty much. So her basic positions are she's anti-abortion, but would not support a national ban. But the thing is that she is siding with the New York Republican Party, which has a platform to ban abortion in the state.
Oh, really?
She
Yeah,
wants to ban it in the state of New York.
yeah,
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
pretty
good try.
fucking gay.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen for 1,000.
Definitely not. No, the main motivator for a main motive. A main motivator for her campaign is combating rising crime rates and improving public safety. What may
Typical
end,
Republican stuff.
yeah, kind of, sort of. But here's where she differs. So, Regarding the multiple indictments facing Donald Trump, Phillip has said that Trump has to go through the process and nobody's above the law. She will support whichever Republican nominee is selected. And Phillip is in favor of continued U.S. support for Ukraine, which she strongly supports.
Yes.
And she was also a
Typical.
very vocal of Israel's response, very vocally supportive of Israel's response to the October 7th attacks.
Okay.
So, like, she
And-
still supports what's going on.
She's still supporting what's going on in Israel at the moment.
What's her stances on guns?
Doesn't have anything on here. It's kind of like your basic Republican
Nah.
stuff, I guess.
She's Dick Cheney
But
in
the-
high heels.
No, that's Nikki Haley more so.
She does sound a little Dick Cheney-esque, though. She likes war.
And hates abortion.
Yeah, right.
She's a self-hating woman.
And she also serves as the vice president for her synagogue.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't vote for her.
The only thing I'm not crazy about with her is that she will not speak to anybody outside of Republican events.
That's pretty weird.
Like,
She won't go to town
you
halls?
see her walking on the street, and like the press comes up and talks to her. She won't answer any questions.
That's weird.
Only that's why I'm like, okay, maybe they just like, be quiet, run the course, because like you're brand new to this and everything. Or if it's, just, don't be saying nothing, then don't remind anybody of George Santos.
Oh.
It'd be hard to vote for either of those candidates.
Yeah, Swazbag.
I mean, I feel like Swazi's going to get it only because he left and then George Santos took over. And he's like, guess I can't fucking leave now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gone for 2 years, and this is what fucking happens.
So did he go into retirement? Is that what his deal was?
Swazi?
Yeah.
Let me see.
I think he ran for, like, state senator or some shit.
Oh, I got you.
Nassau County Executive.
Oh, he was? Or he ran for that?
No, I'm looking. He announced his candidacy for the governor of New York in 2022.
That's what he
Oh,
did.
that's what he did.
Yeah.
I feel like we would have been better off with Swazbag as a governor, but not by much.
Probably. I mean, we'd be better off with a ham sandwich as governor.
Yeah, we should write. Oh my God, great idea for the next gubernatorial election. We should just get a whole statewide campaign for a ham sandwich.
You think so?
Yes.
Yeah, get enough people. We'll get
think
ham
we-
sandwich
But
on the
it's
ballot.
sandwich, you're a giant douche.
Can we get ham sandwich on the ballot?
I think we could. We could get a writing campaign for ham sandwich, and then we'd get a ham sandwich and we'd put it in a freezer, and then we'd take a picture of it and register it as the candidate. Like this is, but we'd have to have like a human proxy for it. So I think what we should do is we should get probably like. Honestly, we should just make it like a whole council of people. Like it should just be me, you, and Steve as like the proxy for the ham sandwich. So we're technically like the governors of New York, but it's really the ham
Okay,
sandwich.
so this is what happened to Swazi. He didn't run in 2022 because he was running for governor.
Okay.
So that's when George Santos won. But now he announced he was running again before they kicked out George Santos.
Hmm.
And now that they're doing the special election because they kicked him out, he is going to run in that special election as well.
So you guys think Swazbag's gonna win?
I'd
Oh,
expect it.
definitely.
Fucking Swazbag. I hate Swazbag.
Well, it's mostly because, like, he was there already and people know him. And he was just kind of like,
I don't know. I still think Swazbag's a turbo douche.
I'm sure he is.
90% of the politicians in America are turbo douches, let's be honest.
I've met George Santos a few times. Like I've had conversations with him, and
Have you?
yeah, I actually like him, and I think what they did was stupid because, like, oh my God, he lied about going to Harvard. Holy fucking
He
shit!
just got caught.
These guys lie about their tax returns, who they're fucking, what drugs they're on, if they're gay
know who
or
else-
not.
He also lied about his mother dying in 9/11, and she died like 7 years ago.
Yeah, but that's
Oh, really?
funny. That's funny. Everything else is horrible. Like, okay, he lied about his mom dying in 9/11. I mean, like, holy fucking shit. These guys are lying about where the tax dollars went. Like
He's also currently going on a plea bargain in Brazil right now.
for what?
I've heard of that.
Let me see.
Forget what
I
that was
believe it
about.
was theft. and he was also a drag queen in Brazilian beauty pageants. And then he's like talking shit about drag queens himself.
All right,
Is he?
so he had a change of heart about wearing a dress as a man, and he stole a candy bar.
Yo, in
Santos
all
also
actuality.
supported Brazilian President Bolsonaro despite his open homophobia.
Oh, really? Was Bolsonaro homophobic?
Yeah, very.
Very openly.
Okay,
I'm
but
talking like
but-
Filipino and drug, like the Filipino president and drug dealer
but
level.
there's New York politicians that have been accused of beating their wives and then creating a domestic violence prevention nonprofit to clean their name. Nick Caracappa, but he could run for office and he's
You know-
fine. But like you have George Santos that said, "Oh my God, I wore a dress and changed my mind. I'm so sorry, and I stole a candy bar and I said my mom died in 9/11 and I lied about Harvard. Oh my God, like that's not as bad as creating a domestic violence organization to hide the fact that you beat the shit out of your wife. Like that's. I mean, come on, like that's not like everyone's getting pissed at and you want to. I can't even say that on camera because I'll probably get sued. But like, I know why this guy is getting sought after, and I know why, and I
Because they
cannot
need the
say
majority.
what
Because
because what
the Democrats need the majority in the House.
no it comes from it comes from within the Republican Party. That's all I'm gonna say, and it does. And let me tell you something, man. I think what's going on with George Santos, that man did not deserve all this bullshit. Yes, he's a retard. Yes, he's a fucking moron. But like, there's so much shit that has happened in the New York Republican Party. So much worse shit that's happened, and so much worse shit in the I mean, Andrew Cuomo got rightfully removed from office for all the sexual assault, well, actually, I don't even know if it was proven. That's the thing. So, like, I don't know if he should have I think he should have went through trial. But, like, I'm not going to stand on a pillar for Cuomo because he's a douchebag. But he said, listen, I'm Italian. I mean, that's horrible. He threw Italians under the bus and made us all look like rapists and shit.
Dude, he's just Italian, bro.
That's just Italian. It's what we do. We grab them by the pussy. What do you want me to say? Meanwhile, this guy's going on a tirade against Trump for saying grab her by the pussy. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. But
it's like at least practice what you preach. Like, come on.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, there's so much worse shit. And then you have George Santos that lied about his mom dying in 9/11. Like, that's funny. I'm sorry. I think that's hysterical. Like, he lied about it.
He claimed that his maternal grandparents were born in Ukraine and escaped both the Holodomor, I might be saying that wrong, and the Holocaust. Both his maternal grandparents were born in Brazil.
His sister's a big stoner, and he was against legalizing marijuana, too, which is actually kind of funny.
He said that also, shit, what is it? Since also claiming to be Jewish, multiple times in the campaign claimed to be Jewish, half Jewish, observant Jew, a proud American Jew, a Latino Jew. Jewish insider could not, make any verification of these claims.
I think,
my biggest problem is the fact that they literally threw this guy under the bus without him being convicted of a crime. Like that, they should have never removed him from office without knowing.
No, never.
No, because then they could at least, like, if they had at least called around and said, hey, you're being charged for, like, forging, professional documents or something, then kick them out. That's like, okay, whatever.
It's too hard, I guess, to go through that whole, judicial process.
Because then you got to impeach him, and you got to,
Like Trump, like with the Colorado ballot thing. Like, why not just wait until he's convicted of a crime and then do that?
But he allegedly also claimed before his political career to have acted in Hannah Montana and The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
I mean, this is just retarded shit to lie about. Like, he's just turbo running a meme candidacy. Like, there's
he said that his company that he owned lost 4 employees in the 2016 Pulse nightclub shooting.
Wow. That's fucked up. But he's just lying about stupid shit. Like, that shouldn't mean you get kicked out of office. It's just like, oh, what's he gonna say now? This is funny.
Oh, here you go. He told prospective donors, that he was a producer for the musical Spider-Man: Turn Off the Dark.
Wow.
And he was living in Brazil in 2011 when the show opened.
This guy obviously has like some serious mental problems. So like,
Like,
Yeah,
actually.
he really does.
Oh, oh yeah, he moved out of Whitestone in August 2022, and but he continued to receive mail there after living. He moved to Oyster Bay, but then he moved to Huntington, which is outside the boundaries of the third congressional district.
is that a problem? I guess you're not allowed
Nah, you
Well,
gotta
you got
live
to
in
kind of
Murray.
live where you
where
represent.
you represent. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta live there.
Yeah. He claimed to have both knees replaced, and he claimed in an interview early in 2020 that he was diagnosed with a brain tumor and received radiation treatment.
Wow. What a guy.
Also claimed to have suffered from immunodeficiency and acute chronic bronchitis.
I wonder what is
Um,
true.
he claimed that he and his family had worked charitably on behalf of children born with a rare genetic skin disease. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. Vice News found that no one involved with the few charities that specifically work with EB patients, that's the disease, it's EB, in the US or Brazil have ever heard of or received any contributions from anybody under the name George Santos or any other known alias of his.
Wow.
Guy's a fucking retard, but he should not have been kicked out of office. I mean, you have Joe Biden. Listen, bro, you got Joe Biden lying about shit and then, like, covering up for his son committing multiple fucking felonies, like smoking crack while owning a firearm, throwing out a firearm in a fucking dumpster, investing in, like, our foreign enemy. I mean, like, come on, dude. Like, there's just so much shit that, like, is going on.
Being on a gas board in Ukraine.
Yeah, like, and then the invasion
Making
happens.
millions. What do you think that Hunter Biden is making millions of dollars for while his dad is sitting vice
Oh
president?
my god, easily insider trading out the ass, fucking like.
That's a sweetheart gig, man.
Oh yeah, but you know what it is though? He's the one who got caught because I mean, like I'm sure everybody else is doing it too. You know?
Yeah, he
Oh,
got
yeah.
caught, but like, there's barely anything that's gonna
I'm
happen
looking
to
at Trump.
him.
He put his kids in the fucking cabinet.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen either.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, George Santos
there money
is
in
just
that,
a
though?
meme guy.
There is, yes.
I just think what they did to George Santos is a crime. I think we should have had Meme Lord in office. He was funny. He was funny.
He had no reported real property in the U.S. at odds with past claims that he owned 2 mansions on Long Island, one of which is in the Hamptons.
He lived with his parents the entire time, and he fucking like do you remember when he posted his grocery bill? And his grocery bill was like $290, and it was like he bought like 50 watermelons or something like that. And it's like
While he was running for office in 2022, he claimed no income.
he claimed no income. He said 0.
He claimed no income when he fucking was campaigning.
What a guy.
He went about stealing money the entire wrong way. Like he said, let me embezzle money and let me fuck up at embezzling money.
Oh, here you go. Listen to this. The House Ethics Committee found several instances of apparent personal spending during and after the campaign that were not reported to the FEC. In February 2022, he had spent $1,700 at 2 Atlantic City casinos, $1,500 at a pet store, and smaller amounts on JetBlue, various retailers, and the Adventureland amusement park in East Farmingdale on Long Island.
Oh, I'm familiar with that place.
Can you
A
imagine?
July hotel bill in excess of $3,000 was reported, but conflicts with Santos's personal calendar, showing he was elsewhere at the time and not doing any campaigning. Charges for a taxi and hotel in Las Vegas were made to the campaign during a time when Santos said he was there for his honeymoon. At the end of November following this election, Santos's campaign wired him $20,000, which also went unrecorded. He spent $6,000 of it at Ferragamo, withdrew $1,000 in cash from McQueen's ATM, and later $800 at a casino. Other money was used to pay his rent. Santos's campaign finance reports lists a company called Cleaner 123 as receiving $11,000 over 4 months in rent for campaign staff housing in the district. Neighbors of the house said that Santos and his partner appeared to have been living there during the time.
I wonder how bad that place smells.
Adventureland or Cleaner 123?
No, George Santos' house.
It's gotta smell terrible.
Can you imagine, like, just being at Adventureland and then just seeing George Santos' big ass head walk up, bro, in like a bathing suit with a beach towel over his goddamn shirt?
Yeah.
Not really. I can't imagine that. No.
Can't or don't want to. Sorry,
Oh.
Steve. Go ahead.
He also used campaign funds to pay for shirts for staff from Brooks Brothers, meals at the restaurant at the Bergdorf Goodman department store, and $40,000 in airline fees, including to locations in California, Texas, and Florida, and a stay at The Breakers in Palm Beach, Florida. Part of $30,000 in hotel bills, $14,000 paid to car services, and an equivalent sum spent at a Queens restaurant. That much airfare, the Times later noted, is far more than most candidates spend on their first election, and closer to the amount spent by party leaders who have served in Congress for years.
How do you spend that much money on airfare?
I mean, it's fairly easy. Like, I was looking, when I was looking up flights, just shitting around, I was looking up a flight to China.
Yeah.
You know how much it costs to fly from here to China?
About $1,000.
About $10,000.
What?
Yeah, I'll pull it up right now. I'll go to Delta.
No way. 10,000. But this dude wasn't flying to no China, bro, and he was on JetBlue.
No, he was flying around the U.S. on JetBlue.
Yeah, but isn't JetBlue like $30 a flight?
I don't think it's that expensive.
$30 a flight is expensive?
I mean, not that cheap. It's not that cheap.
Bro, I don't know. I thought JetBlue was like that budget shit. I thought it was like...
Nah, JetBlue is a little bit more expensive.
It's like a genuine airline. It's not like, it's not like Spirit.
Oh,
it's not like Cricket Mobile for freaking flying.
I thought it was the EBT airline. I didn't know it was...
Okay, so let's say New York City area to Los Angeles.
And this is on JetBlue?
And this is on JetBlue.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me. You leave to Los Angeles. Somebody give me a day.
Today.
Well, tomorrow now. I'll do tomorrow. And that's last minute. So, yeah, that'll be way up.
Top dollar, yeah.
Top dollar.
And come back.
Do like next week.
Yeah, you know what I'll do? I'll do it for like, I don't know, March 13th to the 20th or something.
Yeah, because I'm sure he's playing this, right?
Maybe.
Yes, planned out. And then you return on the 20th. You're there for a week.
He's a first class kind of guy, though, I think.
You think he would spend? Well, yeah. I mean, if you got campaign funds, you're gonna spend. Yeah, I'm buying first class. When I was gonna fly to Japan, I was gonna bump up to the next up from like the bottom, because the flight would have cost like $2,100 just to get there.
Yeah.
But then it would have been would have been like $2,400 to get the next seat up with like extra leg room. I was like, ah, fuck it.
Beg it.
Okay, so apparently it is not that expensive.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, how much is it?
Like JetBlue, you leave at 5 a.m. and you get to LAX at 8:30.
Okay.
Blue Extra, which is... Fuck, I lost it. Give me a second, it's coming back.
Yeah, no worries. Because, like, if it's not that expensive, like, he was flying a lot. That's more what I'm concerned about, is, like, how are you flying so much?
Where was this motherfucker going?
Yeah, like, why? For what? Like, you're campaigning, but, like...
For the campaigning
not in
for
LA.
the congressional district.
Yeah, not...
in New York City.
Yeah, like, not in fucking... You're not running for president.
I'll tell you
You're
what.
not running for president or, like, UN chair or some shit, you know?
Yeah.
He's definitely... He definitely can't be that bad if they all jump down his throat that quick. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
That's my logic.
So here, you leave out of JFK, get to LAX, because ain't no way I'm going out of Newark. Fuck Newark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has ever been to Newark?
Nah.
I don't go there.
Don't go to Newark.
Nah, why?
This is my official stance. Fuck Newark. It is a hell town for bastard people.
Well, it's in Jersey, too, so it sucks.
Yeah.
No, it's like Newark is like I went to a wrestling show there at the Prudential Center once, and got out at like 11:30. Show was over. Me and my friend Dan, we were just walking around looking for something to eat because we were just sitting in the stadium for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the McDonald's closed at 10:30, and the
What?
7-Eleven had an armed guard.
Oh,
Wow.
that's gotta
Yeah.
be a fun job.
So for Blue Extra, which
Mhm.
is early boarding, expedited security if available, free change, cancel, and same day switches, it's
Mhm.
$199.
That's not bad at all.
Well, here you go. Let me
So
let
now,
me get to the final thing.
okay. And how much? How
But
much did he spend on airfare in total?
he spent excuse me. What is it? Uh, finance disclosures. I agree. $40,000 in airline fees, but that's not specifically JetBlue. He had spent smaller amounts on JetBlue in February of 2022.
Oh, so he could have flown on Delta, Southwest, fucking any of these. Because I was gonna say, just for shits and giggles, divide 40,000 by 200 and just see how many flights he took, based off of that.
Yeah, you could do that, but I mean, it's like not specifically, but like, yeah, if you wanted a round trip flight to LAX
Mm.
on JetBlue, comes out to about $411.
Oh my god. Okay, so then let's make like the ballpark. Okay, we're gonna do some math. Can you do 40,000 by 950?
40,000 by 950,
Yeah.
approximately 42.
So this dude took a flight almost every week to different places all around the country during his campaigning. So
Basically, yeah.
that's what I'm saying is like I think listen, don't get me wrong, like he was definitely doing I think what he was doing was this was a meme just to live the high life and see how corrupt it could actually get. Like I think he was just
Probably.
memeing the entire time, collecting information. Because I looked at his Twitter and he's dedicating himself to like exposing corruption within the government now. And
Yeah.
I think this was all just a meme to figure out how quickly he could fake his way up the ladder. And I wouldn't be surprised if in 5 years we get a George Santos documentary where he exposes the entirety of like New York politics and Washington politics. I would not be surprised, and I'm calling it right now. He's using his experience is like a case study and like a test to get to compare all the other shit that he found out and we'll find out in the future against, so that we can say, listen, this is my control and this is my experiment, and then here's the results of that. And I think he may have. I think he's gonna do something crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if he got assassinated too within the next 10 years. Just saying.
Well, he's fucking nuts as is. Like, just like with all the shit he lied about, it's kind of like, you gotta, like, it's like, what else was he lying about,
Yeah, but
Yeah, like how do you know?
he could also be doing that. Like he could also be acting crazier than he actually is, so that way people don't try to kill him. And then they're just like, oh yeah, this guy's just a fucking lunatic that was just trying to meme his way to the candidacy, bro. So like, maybe that could be it too, But who am I? I'm just a guy with a microphone.
Hey, just some schmuck with a microphone, What do you know?
You never really know.
You never really do.
That's the thing, too. You never know.
I hope I'm right, because that would be an insane fucking. My predictions used to be really. They used to be okay. I'm not gonna bullshit myself. They weren't really good because I said COVID was gonna be nothing and that it was gonna be H1N1 again.
Over in April.
No. This was back in February and early March. And I was like, COVID's going to be nothing. Everyone's making a big deal about it. It's going to be just like the swine flu. This is just another way to distract us from the growing threat of fascism or whatever. And then that was the last time I ever spoke on public radio ever again. So that was March 2020, and you guys can actually go look at that episode. It's still up. And then I made an episode after that, and I was like, hey, so I was wrong, and this is bad, and there's people being put in U-Haul trucks. So that was a very, very bad. So I'm going to say my predictions are okay. because I did make some good predictions that I did call, and then I made some other predictions that did not happen. Like recently, I said that we were gonna have masks mandated again,
Well, we
and
did.
we did.
I mean, at least in hospitals now, masks are
Yeah,
Oh,
most
but I mean, at
hospitals
least
at this
it
point.
makes a little more sense in a hospital, you know.
yeah, I guess I made. Okay, so I
I
was
guess you get the
partially right.
logic, but it's a little ridiculous, in my opinion.
So I was partially right.
Partially, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
not in general. It's not a generalized rule.
Half W, half W, half W. You know, not a full W, but a half. So I'll take the half W. Okay. Backpacking America for the half win for the draw. I'll take it. I'll take it. Um.
So, Anthony, I got an update on Ukraine.
Okay. Hit me with it.
The Ukrainian spy chief has reason to believe that Prigozhin is still alive.
Oh yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Haven't they been
Uh,
saying that a while?
There's no official evidence of his death, he says, though.
That guy's in smithereens.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he'd make a
But I mean,
comeback by now.
I don't know, because I mean, there's reported sightings of him in either the Caribbean or Africa.
He's taking a nice long vacation for the rest of his life, bro. He said, "Yo, that Hitler
But
dude
no,
had
but
a
it's
nice
saying
idea."
that it's saying that he might be like brokering deals with Caribbean countries to be like Russian bases, kind of like a
He had
Cuban
him
Missile
whacked.
Crisis type thing.
Nah, I think he pulled a Nazi after World War II and was just like, "Yo, I'm gonna just vacation in fucking Argentina." I
Yeah.
think he's just fishing right now, and he's sitting in his bathing suit, sipping a
Just
nice
hanging
cold
out in the
marker.
Bahamas.
Yeah, just hiding out in the Bahamas for the rest of his life. Yo, Char, wouldn't it be funny if we were fishing one day in Bellport, bro, and then this dude pulled up and he looked like Prigozhin, but he didn't really look like Prigozhin, but he looked like Prigozhin. And then he was just staring at us, and we were staring at him. And we're like, yo, that's definitely the guy, but that's not the guy. That'd be pretty funny.
That would be
What if it
concerning.
actually is the guy?
He is the guy, and then it's just like, you know what's so funny, too? If I found out that was Prigozhin, I wouldn't even say anything, honestly. I would just be like, that's so wild. And I'd be like, yo, bro, you could just enjoy the fishing, bro. Have a beer. Because, like,
Hi,
he made
sir,
it.
how are you?
He staged his death just so he could live a normal life and fish. Like, listen, bro, if that's all he's doing, if he's not doing any fuck shit, and he's just fishing, and he's just like, please leave me alone, I want to live a normal life, then I'd be like,
my life.
hey, listen, you got your shit rocked, you understand your mid-pack.
Guys, look at all the polling coming out now.
What's going on? What do you see? What
We're
do you
getting
see?
closer to the election, so a lot of polling's coming out.
What
But
do
I
you
just
see?
checked Real Clear Politics. I put it in the chat there.
I can't see the
Yeah, I
chat.
see it. I'm pulling it up.
In
right
the, in the
now.
general.
Oh, wait, let me go in the let me go in
It's
Discord on my
generally
phone.
pulling for Trump. Some of them are ties. Other ones are slight Trumps. There's like one or two that are like heavy Trump.
Wow.
But if any of these numbers on this list happen, that's a Trump win. Even if Biden wins by 3,
Yeah.
That's
Trump's gonna
crazy
win the
because
Electoral College.
you got USA Today. CBS is even admitting Biden can only have it by 1. USA Today is saying that Trump's going to win by 1. The Economist
Yeah,
is saying he's
it's
going to win.
pretty. Yeah.
Reuters is saying it's going to be a tie. If it's a
Well,
tie, it
Reuters
goes
is
to the House,
generally
right?
pretty.
Well, if it's an electoral tie, yeah. But these
If
this
it's
is
electoral tie,
popular vote.
yeah, they vote in the House. But then the vice president is probably going to cast the deciding vote on that one.
I like how okay, so Trafalgar is Republican. They're saying Trump's got it. Washington Post says Trump's got it for new. This is for the New Hampshire Republican primary, by the way. So
What
all-
is?
the thing that I'm reading right now? So you sent me a poll from Real Clear Polling, and all of these polls are saying that Trump has the lead
What against Haley?
against Haley. Yeah, Biden is a write-in for the New Hampshire primary for Democrats.
How'd that happen, by the way? That was so stupid.
What do you mean that he's a write-in?
Yeah, like they should have.
Who?
Like, would they forget to register or something?
I think they did.
The Biden camp in New Hampshire.
I think they actually did forget to register. In New
Apparently,
Hampshire.
Biden's not
Oh,
on the
this thing-
ballot.
What the fuck? I know the same thing happened with Trump in, I think, Arizona.
Yeah.
Like, his team never registered.
Never.
Yeah, I
fucking
heard
registered.
about that, but I don't think that actually happened for Trump.
What
I
the
think
fuck are up with these, like, campaign people? Like, are any of them doing their fucking job?
yeah, right. Like, do they talk to their people?
So far,
Like, does anybody? Like it sounds like in like Biden's case, it's like super easy. Just be like, hey, Biden's running again. Okay,
Right.
Just do it quick. Yeah, not that, but
at,
that's a
at
problem.
least yeah.
I think they're doing that because they know that. I think Trump knows he's got Arizona, and Biden knows he's got New Hampshire. So he's like, all right, like we're just not going to even bother registering.
Well, New Hampshire, if I'm not mistaken, oh no, they generally vote pretty blue. Never mind.
New Hampshire, yeah, definitely leans towards the
Okay,
Democrat side of things.
so here is what happens if um i- if a electoral tie happens. So
Goes to the House, right?
so yeah, neither candidate gets a majority of the 538 electoral votes. A majority of states is needed to win. Senators would senators would elect the vice president. State house delegations can cast their vote for president among the top three candidates. But here's where it gets funny. So basically, there's 50 um, delegates, you know,
Hmm.
because each state has two senators. Each of them counts as a vote for one state to pick the president. So, say in this election, say neither of them meet it or they tie, they get a 269 split, right?
Which is possible actually with the current map.
It is, yes. So then we go to the House and the Senate, but now they both need to kind of meet up on that.
Oh, that's gonna be fucked up.
And what can happen is that if a majority is not reached in the House vote, it stays 25-25. The chamber needs to keep at it until the tie is broken.
Oh my
If the
god.
deadlock is still in place when the new term starts, which is noon Eastern Standard Time, January 20th, the vice president becomes acting president until such time as the House elects the president.
Yo, how funny would it be if Trump was the VP and Biden was the president?
Well, that was the Lincoln tactic. He got Andrew Johnson in.
That's. Oh, that would
That
be
was also the
so
Kennedy
bad.
tactic.
That would
That
be
would-
so bad.
That would be weird, dude.
That would be so bad.
I
Speaking
feel like
of
there
the.
would actually be a physical fight in the White House.
Oh, there would be.
Yeah.
I think Trump would physically kill Biden. But what we have now is I'm looking at this. So, according to Emerson, for the New York 3rd District special election, Swazi is predicted to win +3.
Wow, that's kind of close
That's
for comfort.
Close.
That is a
It's-
bit close, especially for Swazi, who has been in that position he was in there for 6 years
It's showing how
before he
Long
left.
Island's changing. Because here's the thing, too. A lot of the Republicans that wanted Santos out, they were like, we are going to vote Republican still. We just don't want Santos. That's pretty much it.
Like,
So,
personally, I don't know how you could still vote for a Republican in that area after
Well,
Santos, you know?
I mean, Santos is not a Republican, though. Santos is a fucking moron. So,
Well,
like,
what I'm getting at was more so just like, okay, well, he went up there and nobody found out about any of this shit.
yeah.
What else are they not telling us about anybody else?
Well, the
Yeah.
thing is that people are tired of the condescension of the Democratic Party here and the fact that they're like, this is our state. Like, we don't even have to
Mhm.
care. You know what I mean? So it's like people would rather like an incompetent Republican Party than a highly competent and very lazy Democratic Party.
Well, it's like what happened with Clinton,
What happened
Hillary
with Clinton?
Clinton in 16, where they're like, well, you know, we don't really
She's
got a
got it.
campaign. She's got it in the bag. We deserve this, basically. Like, kind of like
It's like
self-like,
she's running against Trump. Trump's running. He's a fucking,
one-dimensionally bad.
he's
I
just,
am good.
like, you know what? This is a conspiracy that I came up with, actually. I feel like they hired Trump. Like, the Democrats might have hired Trump to run against Hillary and just say the most off-the-wall fucking shit. And
I've heard this before,
essentially get Hillary in easily.
right? Because it's the only
But
way she
then he
could win.
and then he ended up winning, and he's just been kind of ad-libbing it ever since.
He's like, wow, I actually kind of like this.
That's
And
so
then
funny.
the conspiracy kind of continues into like, oh, look, they're doing it again.
I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know if that's because then if that's true, then they'd pay him to like. Because what if he wins, right? So he's a businessman. He's smart. Because my first question would be like, okay, well, what if I fucking win? Then what? Do I just act insane and then just lay the seeds for the next election, or do I enact your policies? And
Yeah.
now it would make sense if they're like, yeah, just act fucking insane and do whatever the fuck you want, and then you'll surely lose in the next election. That could work. I mean, if that's true, then the theory worked with Biden, you know, in 2020. But then it's like, okay, you're gonna go down the same strategy after it failed. Because here's the thing, it failed. The whole strategy of hiring Trump to defeat Clinton failed first in the first place. Why are you gonna go after a failing strategy again? The real way to do it would be to have like a bunch of fucking like supportless neocons, like pay all of them to run, and then like find a way to pay off the Republican Party not to let Trump win. But that wouldn't work because Trump, as much as the Republicans don't like him, he's fucking good. He's their guy. Like, he's the only way they're gonna ever have power as an institution.
Well, he gave them a taste of winning something, I guess. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much. I think Trump should just be his own, be the America First Party, and then just call it that. Because like,
Well, he's got a party.
yeah, he owns the Republican Party though. That's the crazy part. Like, he did what Bernie Sanders couldn't do, which is own the party.
Yeah,
Dude, in 2016, I was all over Bernie.
Me too,
a
man.
lot of people liked him.
I was all over him in 2019, and then COVID happened, and then he
Oh yeah, I
dropped
was
out.
still hoping for him I was still hoping for him in 2020, but I think what really killed his momentum was he had a heart attack.
He did.
Yeah, he had a heart attack. I mean, it was relatively minor for a guy his age, but still.
Oh, I thought the CIA just threatened him and his grandchildren, and that's why he dropped
I
out.
don't think. Nah.
Oh, all right.
No, he had the heart attack. Then he kept doing ads, but I think COVID probably put an end to it as well, and then shit like that,
He's probably like, I just want to spend time with my grandchildren.
Yeah.
Oh.
And here's the fun thing: Gerald Ford. What do you know about Gerald Ford?
Unelected?
Huh?
Only thing I know about him, he was never elected to the presidency or the vice
That's where I
presidency.
was going. He was never elected.
Huh.
If
The only thing I know about him.
Yeah, did you know that, Anthony?
No. Why wasn't he elected to the vice presidency?
He was appointed.
The predecessor, Spiro Agnew, I believe, resigned. And he was the Speaker of the House at the time, Gerald Ford. And he became vice president. But then Nixon resigned, and then he became president.
Oh, that's how he. That must suck balls. Like, imagine you just wanted to be the Speaker of the House, and then you became the president, and you're like, fuck. Like,
You probably want that if you're there.
Probably, I guess. I mean, for me, I'd be tight. But like, now I have a question. Didn't he die like a year after he got elected or something?
No, he died in 2006.
He ran for election, actually.
Did he really? Oh,
he lost. Yeah.
Damn, I wish that happened to Hochul.
It's funny. There's a picture of him. There's a picture of him and his campaign runner on election night, and then he lost the state, and his campaign runner is like all fucking worried and like, oh, right? And he's just sitting there lighting his pipe, like, yeah, I didn't want this anyway.
That's pretty funny.
That's great. I hope he's resting easy now. Poor Gerald. I don't even think he did anything. Like,
no, he actually did some decent stuff, but LBJ was the guy who died, I believe, the year after he left office, or 2 years after he left office.
Hey, LBJ, how many kids did you kill today? That was a Vietnam thing.
Yeah. Ford ended the Vietnam War.
Oh, it's pretty based.
You think
he signed the Helsinki Accords, which marked a move towards detente in the Cold War.
Nice.
He beat Ronald Reagan in the Republican nomination, but narrowly lost the election to Jimmy Carter.
Wow, I guess he was just beat up after the primary.
Well, I think what soured a lot of people on him is that he pardoned Nixon after Watergate.
Mm.
And also, he had the worst economy since the Great Depression.
Oh.
Not ideal.
Thanks, Gerald
Not
Ford.
ideal.
Thanks, Jerry.
No, he when he came in, it was in the middle of the worst economy.
Oh, really?
It's like he was like the '70s version of Obama taking over right after everything collapsed.
That's fucking crazy.
So he kind of, yeah, they both kind of walked into a shitty situation.
Yeah, dude really got like the shit end of the stick on that. Well, gentlemen, I would like to go eat some food now. So I would say that that was a very successful podcast episode.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I'd like to thank you guys
Sure.
for joining. I'd like to make this a Monday night thing, every Monday night, if you gentlemen are available.
Sure.
I'm usually available, so yeah, why not?
Ooh, very based. All right, everyone. Well, thank you for listening to episode 283 of Backpacking America. And stay safe, don't die, and eat some food and drink some water.